Shout some numbers, what do you reckon?
1500.
1500.
800.
Huh? Well, who's your guy? I need his number. Is an air freshener. I went to this studio, big up Avenue Green Studios in London, like some influencer content creation thing, and they had these everywhere, and it smells incredible. And I thought, hold on a minute, when someone comes in a house, I want them to just be like, what's that? And just feel something, right? Because it's about creating emotion in people, and that cost £6. I'll leave it here for them, but it's the kind of first room. It also does have a slight scent in the kitchen. Cotton, the smell. I've never smelled cotton as nice as this. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that was a beam, like a structural beam, a wooden one. You can get like a zinc spray paint that can protect steels. Like if you go to the gym or like industrial places, you might see a steel and it's got like bubbly stuff on it, like foam. That can be a fire protective paint. I've seen the plasterers who've used it. I specified it because just to be sure. You may want to then say to the painters, FYI, you may need to bring, an oil-based paint or something like that to cover it up. Because the painter will say, oh, you didn't tell me. I've given it 2 coats. I'm done. See you later. And you're like, it looks shit. Like, yeah, I've done what you said. So, yeah, be specific. Lampshades, or whatever these are, ceiling shades, £5, done them. You don't need to put them in, but in the furniture, it fits. Would I do that on a rental? Nah, no way. It's just not even worth £5. I don't think it makes a difference in this rental market and any rental market. It doesn't make a difference. And if the rest of your house is shit, the lampshades aren't going to hide it. So I'd say there's never a right time, I think, in rentals. And people like to put their own touch. They do also when they're buying. But yeah, pendants are just weird. They're just weird looking, I think. Double casement opening. There's a certain number for fire exits. 450, I think it might be, which you have here. Oh, and that's the back garden.
It's a great garden.
It is a really nice garden. I like it. With 5-foot fencing, and I'll show you that. But yeah, the windows. Let's have a guess. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 windows in the house.
200 pound meter square.
12. Huh?
200 pound a meter square.
Of window.
Yeah. 150 200 pound a meter square.
What does that work out? Give me a total price. What do you think?
How many meters square?
I don't know.
So this is your.
This is what, 1 meter?
2 to 3. Yeah. 1.5, 1.5. Yeah. Around
What do you think? Total cost of 6 windows. Shout some numbers. What do you reckon?
1500.
1500.
800.
Huh? Well, who's your guy? I need his number.
1800.
Closer.
Okay.
Close. You should know you've done a lot of e-learning. This is 2,000. How much was it? I forgot now. 2,060 pounds. To the ground, and so is this part. But this part, well, you've just got a gap, right? So this is strong, that is strong, this is not so strong. So take the window out. You have a lintel, which is a piece of concrete, timber, or steel. I don't know if they've got other materials yet, which sits here on the strong part on a pad stone, which is important usually, and it goes across to here, sits on a pad stone on the brick. So basically, these 2 brick walls are supporting the weight of everything above on this lintel. Concrete, incredibly strong. Steel, the ones that were split in. So we put new joists in, strengthen those up. I mean, they'd last, but we strengthen them up. And here, you might remember when you went upstairs that the floor was dipping above us. Yeah. We basically lifted the floor, and we needed to do that by taking the ceiling down. It's character.
Oh, okay.
The ceiling is not like flat. You can look at any of the margins, right, and they're not. You could flatten them if you like plasterboarded this, but this is like over skim or skimmed on. From my personal experience, I'd say they're comparable. I'd say these can make a room hot way quicker because of the air coming out.
Right.
From my personal experience, they're comparable.
Okay.
They put like some, from Iconic Lights, really good website for cheap light fitting, like some funky, antique, vibey lights in here. And then I just got stressed with every idiot in here, and then it never happened. So that's what I was going to do, just to have something different. There's spotlights in the bedrooms, so I thought, let me do something different. Because they can come in and fit something pretty easily. I think also the countryside, cottage vibe.
You don't put lounge. Sofa.
Yeah. They're basically a fence because you can't really see, but they've got a tongue and a groove. They slot into each other. We glue them into each other. You sand them down, or maybe not so much if you're a lazy painter, and you varnish them with Danish oil or Osmo oil. Usually there's a Z shape here, but I really don't like the look of it. So I said, take it out. And so they glued it instead to give it more structural support, because the Z obviously keeps it kind of still. These are literally like Suffolk handles, they're called, that you have on your garden shed. This is just what you have to do because is it clean, is it working, etc., etc. I'm getting that done at some point. I'm going to book him in. I mean, they may not even use it. Well, it's just old school. But it costs 600 quid, 700 quid. But it adds a lot of value to the property because, again, people like it. It's in now. You know, a lot of people have them. It was sort of a bit messy. I got spray paint. I spray painted it in 5 minutes.
That already there?
Yeah, that was already there.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, I said to the plasterers, don't get plaster on the windows or on here. What do? One guess. Got plaster everywhere. So, you know, it has been clean. I mean, what the heck? Like, are you...
It's fabulous.
Yeah, there we go, see?
It looked like it was fixed to the wall.
Yeah, it did, but it's just a bit silly, isn't it? It's just, yeah. I mean, they didn't hoover that. I didn't hoover that. But, you know, I suppose it's somewhat practical. But it's, you know, I specifically said it needs to have a handle. Yeah, and I can't provide for what they need, basically. So, yeah, I mean, at least it blends in, you know. It's a nice potted plant.
So it looks quite good, really.
Yeah.
Not too bad, yeah.
Skirting around it, yeah, it's just not practical. But there we go.
And it fits nicely.
Yeah.
It does, yeah. So there's, you know, it can't be too negative about it. Oh, the cleaner's left some tissue. That's good. Again, Georgia windows, frames made by the plasterers. You can put UPVC windowsills here, but plastic, old house. I just didn't want to do that. I just left it as is. We painted the windowsills out there. We can go out there, but we painted the windowsills, and it created a kind of weird patio, porch, landing. Like it was just sort of unnecessary because there's a door for the bathroom. There's a sort of door that it was just weird, and it made this room feel a lot smaller. Do you remember when you first, was it here when you came? It wasn't.
No, it wasn't here.
Oh, I wasn't here. Okay, so there was a stud here. Opened it up, and if you feel the difference, it transforms it. Like incredible. 30 quid a picture. I mean, I would do it just to have it for myself. It looks incredible, and it helps people visualize. So that's the thing. Good point actually about flipping. Should you stage a flip physically? It's going to cost you like £1 or £2. Carry it all in, scuff your walls, flat pack. Who wants to do flat pack? In this market where it sells like that,